Well, good morning. It's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. So I'm standing outside this ancient church, and I was wondering if I had a chance to preach a sermon to Vladimir Putin, what would I say? Now, this is a video thought for the day, so I've only got like 4.5 minutes. It's going to be a pretty short sermon, but that might mean he doesn't have to pay so much attention. So let's go inside and see if we can pretend he's in the audience and see what I'd say in about 4 minutes if I had a chance to preach to Vladimir Putin. Hang on. Let's go in there together. Come on. Well, I'd like to thank you for being here this morning. I'd like to especially note Vladimir Putin in our midst. And I thought this morning what I would do is a typical sermon where I make 3 points. Point number 1, the responsibility of stewardship. The Bible is incredibly clear on how important it is that people in a position of authority or responsibility discharge that authority and responsibility in a good, responsible manner. And so you have passages like 1 Peter 4:10 that say, as each as has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. See, it's a stewardship responsibility that we take the gifts and the opportunities and the positions we have and use them as good stewards. James 3 says that not many people should seek to be teachers, positions of authority, because they receive a harsher judgment. It's the idea that Jesus said in Luke 12:48 when he said, to whom much is given, much is expected. We as people under God's authority need to live in ways where we're responsible with the opportunities he's given us. We need to use them for good and not misuse them for bad. Second point, especially useful to world leaders today. Blessed are the peacemakers. They'll be called sons of God. Is there a time for war? Absolutely. There is a just war time. But that is a time where all measures for peace have been exhausted. That is a time where the war is there necessary to help the downtrodden and afflicted who otherwise will, without that, will be destroyed. That's World War II, where the Nazis were imprisoning and killing a mass level people who were Jewish, people who had disabilities, people who had mental infirmities. That was a just war. That's not what's happening in the Ukraine today. Third point I'd like to make. God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. It's James 4, verse 6. This idea that we as responsible people before God should not live to embolden and in pride and impress everyone with who we are, but we should live as servants of other people, seeking to help others for where they are. Yeah, you see, this is the sermon that I'd like to preach to Vladimir Putin. It's also my video thought for the day. I hope you'll join me this week, because I've got some interesting people that I'll be preaching to. But Vladimir Putin, if you hear this, please, please, please come under God's mercy. Take your position of authority with good stewardship and responsibility, seeking to make peace and not letting your pride get in the way. That's your video thought for the day.